What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Two Africans and a German. We are here with Rich, David, and Norman. You already know us.
Rich, David, Dawit, Davitu, Norman.
And David has a question from one of our viewers.
And Dawit has
So we have a question from Kim. Kim says, "How did you guys become friends?
How did we become friends? Are we friends though?
Are we friends?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
What makes a friend?
What is a friend?
What is a friend?
But okay, let's before we get into what is a friend, let's talk about how we know each other.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
So I know Rich from modeling.
Yeah,
We used to model. We met how many years ago?
Yeah, that's like 4, 5. Yeah, around 4, 5.
4 or 5 years ago. We met at a modeling gig, and he was telling me he's from this place, and I was telling him I'm from this place, and blah blah blah.
We clicked,
And
and
then-
afterwards we went to Big Pizza.
No,
right?
no. We didn't click. The
No.
first time we met,
We clicked because we went to Big Pizza.
we went to Big Pizza the second time we met.
No, the first
Everybody
time we met.
clicks when you eat pizza.
The first time we met, we clicked because that's the time she dropped us. Melantha dropped us where? I remember exactly, but she dropped us somewhere, and then you went to Big Pizza, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had this huge meal. I was like,
And
yo,
then they
why
looked
the fuck
very
did you eat
long
that much?
into each other's eyes.
Yeah,
And they knew.
Yeah.
Like there was this
This
flavor
was
of
meant to
yeah.
this romantic feeling came up, and then whoa, I'm not gay. whoa, wait, that's too fast, right?
Yeah, and then
Did
yeah,
your feet actually touch under the table?
yeah, and then what?
What?
I'm sorry. Like
Come
yeah,
on.
okay, go on.
And then, but I think right after then we didn't really talk.
No.
We had each other's widgets, but we didn't really talk. Yeah, and think afterwards we started talking for some reason. I remember because you said you were coming to see me. You were like, "Yo, are you at your what is it? The school or something?" And I was at the gym.
Mm.
Yeah, and you were taking.
Man, guys, that's a
Man,
really
I don't fucking
boring
remember.
story.
No!
It's a fucking
Fucking boring story.
Okay,
I
I tell you how
I
I met.
remember.
I tell you
This
how I
dude,
met.
yo,
I tell you
you
how I
want me to
met
tell the
Rich.
story? You want me to tell the story?
I tell the story.
Me, I'm gonna tell the story.
I tell you how I met.
tell-
Okay, go on.
No, man.
I
this
tell you
story,
how I
wanna
met
tell the
Rich.
shit?
Actually, Rich and we had the same girlfriend. And one day, we met in her apartment, and I was like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah,
And then we had a fight, and that's how real friendships form, you know. You have
Yeah.
a really long fight, and you realize that you have about the same strength. And then you say, like, before that turns into a war, we
Yeah.
just have peace. And we kicked out that bitch out of that apartment, and we became roomies.
Talk to me. Hey, talk to me.
It's
You don't know how
alive.
to give a shoulder. Okay.
I'm a
It's
bad
a lie.
friend.
So how did you guys meet? Because I met Norman through Rich.
Okay. So
I just said how we met.
yeah, we met at this
The
girl-
true story.
at this girl's place, man. This girl called me.
It
She
was
like,
at model school.
Model school.
yeah, model school. We all be modeling out here, though. We all
the
be
models.
modeling out here.
We're the models.
Yeah, we are the
Models and
models.
bottles.
Okay.
No, it's
Bonus
also
and what?
pretty boring
Models
too,
and
right?
bottles.
But what was
No, but let's just get into it. Like, how did you guys meet?
Just at a like
Entrepreneurship.
business meetup.
entrepreneurship? Foreign entrepreneur. What is it?
Foreign entrepreneurs.
Foreign entrepreneurs get together or whatever it is.
Why wasn't I
together.
invited?
You're not an entrepreneur, so. Talk to me. He's a producer.
Producer.
The way production.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like most people you meet in boring places, right? Is there ever a story like what would like? Yeah, I never met someone who became my friend. It's like either school, university, a bar. Like there's never something where you really like, oh, this is how we met, and it's like an awesome story. Also, when you meet
What do you mean?
girlfriends nowadays, you meet them on Tinder.
Ooh.
Nowadays?
Sometimes you meet that girl, that's that story, and then you're like, I fucking met her like this, and you're like, oh, this is the best story.
But what do you mean? You mean
Check out my OnlyFans for that story.
on the road or on your fans? Y'all gotta check it out.
But so, like, let's come back to the question: what is a friend actually?
Yeah, what is a friend? I think a friend
I think we
is
talked
somebody-
about it last time.
What did we say? I remember saying a friend is somebody who. This is not my words. I've taken these words from somebody else, but
Record.
it makes sense. A friend is somebody who you can confide in, and they don't try to compete with a bitter story. Like, you can tell them good news, and then they're like,
Like me when I said that your story is boring. Like,
no. I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying, like, from my perspective of what like a friend is. A friend is somebody who's like, you can tell them good news, and then they're like, that's a good thing. Let's celebrate. You know, not oh that happened to you. Oh, also me. You know, this happened to me, and it's like.
But I don't think that happens between guys.
No, I'm saying friends, not guys. I'm not putting a gender on it. I'm just saying as friends.
But when it
As
the guys
friends.
do that,
And then when
though.
you tell them bad news, they don't also try to triumph over your bad situation. They just like feel in the moment what you're feeling. They're like, oh, how can we overcome it? Like, hey man, let's go out. Let's just have a good time. Let's forget about whatever happened. Or they're there for you when the good and the bad. Those are your friends because they have no ties to you by blood or relation. They're just there for your company, for who you are. That's what I think a friend is.
Friend, man. I feel like it's hard to define a friend.
Do you have friends?
How do you define a friend? That's the first question.
Yeah, I think there are different kinds of friendship, right? One friendship is when you give something and the other person also gives something in. It's kind of a business-like friendship. And I don't want to say that this is like the best friendship, but it can also be a friendship. Like a lot of people, they immediately say, oh, if it's like a giving and taking, it's like immediately bad and it's no friendship, right? But you can also treat it as a friendship for a certain while. And at the same time, you're aware that it's more like a transaction.
What's the difference between a friendship and an acquaintance? A friend and an acquaintance.
Yeah, I mean, an acquaintance is maybe just somebody that you occasionally meet, right?
Yeah, just somebody met at the club, somebody met.
Yeah.
Isn't
at
it just somebody you just know?
Yeah.
From like, hi,
No.
how are you? And then it's like, you don't really hang out. You just
I
know
think-
them by their name and they know you, but they don't actually hang out with you.
Yeah, I think it's better to use just somebody you meet. Because when you say no, then that's like you knowing something different. You get what I mean?
But your friend should know you. That's why they have
Yeah,
this
that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
That's
A
why they
friend
have
should
this
know
saying.
you, but an acquaintance.
That's why they have this saying. Show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are.
It's good that I don't have friends.
I don't think you don't have.
Yeah, I also don't think I don't think I have friends either.
No,
These are not my friends. These are the people who I'm in business with.
Yeah, we're just doing business.
You're right.
Yeah.
No,
No, man.
I mean, it's hard to determine what really a friend is because you need time. You need to meet them during different situations. You need to meet them when they're angry, when they're sad, when they are happy. And you have to see that even when you have problems, the bond between you still persists, you know? So, and I think a lot of people make the mistake and think immediately when they meet someone, they should be a very close friend or something. And then they are horribly disappointed if they don't do something that they expect.
So it's expectations
Mhm.
on friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think
you
people
said,
expect
you said
stuff?
something deep. You said something nice, yeah?
Do you think people expect a lot from their friends?
Yeah. They expect a lot from a friend, man. Man, I feel like you'll be expecting a lot from a friend. And that's 100% true. Cause yeah.
Do you think that a lot of people expect a lot from you as a friend?
Yeah.
Why? Do you think you can't meet the expectations, or you just don't want to?
No, I feel like people have to understand that we all going through shit. I'm sorry to use that word, but we're all going through something. You know what I mean? But then, if you want me to be there when you're going through stuff, and you won't be there when I'm going through stuff. Plus, I'm going through stuff. You going through stuff. First, go through your stuff. I go through my stuff. We meet there when we all done. You know what I mean?
So So is that like a thing that you guys have already discussed, or says, "Hey, look, I'm going through this shit. I understand what you're going through."
No, okay.
So
let's not even talk about let's not talk about general or stuff. Let's talk about us, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a time he was going through stuff, right?
Mm.
And there is something that I loved because he was like he was calling me every afternoon. Every other day, be like, yo, so this is what happens. You check this one out. So what do you think of this? What do you think of this? What do you think of this, right? Mm. And I think that's cool, okay? To me, and when every time he sends it to me, I'd be like, yo, I think you can do this. I think you can do this. I had nothing, like I had not a lot to offer, but at least my ideas.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My ideas, and he was like, okay. So he had to work with my ideas because I had nothing else to offer. You know what I mean? I tried my best. I tried a way out to do something, but it didn't work out. But the only way my ideas, I would say that my ideas helped. I don't know if they helped him, but again,
they opened up some avenues for me to go through. But that's what I was talking about, like the communication between people. At the end of the day, it's about communication, whether it's a relationship, whether it's with friends. At the end of the day, it's about communication. How good are you with your communication skills? How good are you at telling somebody, hey, look, instead of ignoring your friend and then saying, look, I don't want to talk to them, so I'm just going to ignore them. It's better to be like, hey, look, I'm dealing with some shit and I don't have time for yours. So can you find it in your heart to deal with your own problems? So that I can focus on my issues, and these are my issues if that person wants to be open up to say, hey, look, this is what I'm dealing with right now. I understand what you're dealing with, but like, I'm focused on this. So it's like, at the end of the day, even when a good relationship is good communication. But I don't think it only ends there. I think it also goes further to negotiation. Can you negotiate your terms in a relationship? But we're talking about friends. Yeah, so with friends, it's just communication skills. Because you're not negotiating anything, because it's not a business. At the end of the day, I think a good friendship is that you're open enough to have good communication with that person and they respect your decisions.
Respect, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
By the way, I also find interesting the point that you say that we should work on our communication and that it's not just a tool for the job or something, but that it also helps us with our friends and for building better friendships, because that's maybe sometimes in our way when we cannot express ourselves.
I'm the worst then. I feel like I'm the worst. Cause
I think most men are the worst at
I feel like you're the best. When it comes to communicating and stuff, I feel like he does it better because he tells you stuff and he tells you in a way that I'm not even begging you to help me or anything or to have a comment or to do something. Nah, I'm just telling you because I'm letting you know that as a brother, this and this and this and this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with me, I just want to die inside.
You want to die inside?
I can be going through shit. I can be going through shit and just
welcome to our existentialist
you see me
channel.
dropping tears and be
existential Daniel.
Yeah. We all want to die inside.
You just want to die inside. Man. I feel like he's being real right now and we're just like laughing at him.
I'm being honest, yo. I'm going through a lot. And I'll be like, I'm not telling you, but Oka told me.
I'm not telling you, man. Tell me.
But here's one other thing that I want
and I think that's a problem. That's a problem because you die inside. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You see, I feel like with him, he's a free man. Me, it's a different case because I feel like I die. I'm just dying inside.
You die alone.
I die
He
alone
wants to
because
die
I don't
alone.
really go out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 And I think that's good.
So, like, one thing I wanted also to say, which came to my mind when you both were talking, and that's maybe it's good to work on your social circles in general, that you have like more relationships to different people. I don't mean that like in a very calculating way, but often we also overwhelm our close friends, and then we are very disappointed that they maybe don't have time or have their own shit, and at that moment we cannot see it. So it's also good maybe of maintaining a broader social network of different people who could potentially become very close friends.
The problem that I see with having
Yeah.
that, of like having a broad variety of so many friends, is you lose your identity of your own thoughts.
Yeah.
You lose what you hold close, your values that you hold, your integrity of what you want to do and who you want to be.
Yeah, I agree. But see, when you, that's a problem. But when you like another problem occurs when you just focus on one person, right? And then you have like a slight difference, or you realize something. There's something like a complication, and then you go in a distance. It's somehow good when you can also turn towards somebody else without like giving up the other relationship.
Let me say something. I feel like that's when you want to lean on people to make your own decisions.
No. I think that's when you don't get along with somebody, so you want to hear somebody else who understands your perspective.
That's
or
what I'm
who
saying.
Echoes back your own thoughts
Your
and
own
agrees
thoughts.
with you.
Thank you.
But sometimes it's best when people disagree with you. In my perspective, I think the people who are contentious in your life to your ideas are the people that are very good in your life. Because if they're contesting with your ideas, it means there's some scrutiny to your idea. That means your idea is not fully formed because there's some room to scrutinize.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. If we are just harmony seekers in a friendship, it won't work.
Nobody
because
grows.
at some point, you eventually will have a conflict, and then your ideal of harmony just falls apart.
To add to your point, it's like people find that in a relationship with a man or woman, it's bad to have conflict. Some people, they think it's better to have like no conflict. Oh, I did this.
bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. It's like a lot of people who
So
say
what makes
marriage
it
is difficult.
interesting?
They say marriage is difficult because you have so many complications and so many conflict. And it's like, the conflict is where you find who you are actually. In that moment
I
of
feel
conflict.
like a partner helps you to find yourself.
Yes.
But I feel that's also what some people use to justify why they always argue.
That is true, because I am somebody who likes to argue, but I am also at the end of the day somebody who will listen to something else.
Yeah, it's
So you
difficult
do
to find the balance.
Yes, it's
right?
hard
Yeah.
to find the balance, but then it's also, are you going home to listen to what you've just said? Not to talk to the other people and then say, yeah, but this person said this and that's why I'm right. And then those people say, yeah, you're right, that person is wrong. It's like you go home and then you echo back what you said, and then you're like, oh, yeah, but I fucked up. I said some shit and I don't truly mean it. I just wanted to win the argument. Then you call up your friend and you're like, hey, man, you're actually right. How many of us do that?
No, this is me. I realized that I fucked up. I'd be like, nah, man, I fucked up. I'm gonna keep it. I ain't calling you, motherfucker. I ain't calling you. I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna call you to be like, oh, yo, no. I fucked up. I slid
You
in my
just
bed.
leave the country. You book the next plane
Yeah, but
flight.
it builds. And then, you know, a lot of the times when I get like really wasted.
No, like let's say like every time we get into something where I have to oppose what he has to say, I just be like, man, I'm gonna oppose even if he's saying the right stuff. I just have to oppose because it's him. I just want to oppose. I have to make sure I oppose. You know what I mean? But once I get back home, I'd be like, oh, but he was right. Yeah, he was
And
right.
then you don't call.
I ain't calling him motherfucker.
Oh, you call him?
I ain't calling him motherfucker.
Oh, okay, I didn't
Why
understand
do I-
that.
But you do know I still think that I'm right. Because none of your arguments held water.
What do you mean? No.
Anything that you said that night.
I feel like
Because a lot of the times.
I feel like most of the times I say the right. I feel like even with him, he goes to bed and be like, hey, my papa was right. Okay, but I'm not calling him.
Cannot follow.
You see, like how Norman,
But-
like how you'd contest like my ideas,
Yes.
right? And I'd go home and I'd be like, oh, okay. He said, my drone shots of my apartment.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea because I don't want people to know where I live. At the end of it, I did give you my position why it's okay. I didn't call you anything, but I removed all the videos
Yeah.
because there was some water. It held some truth to it. So I removed them and I'm like, that was right. It's hard to remove the male ego to say, I'm going to call you.
Yeah.
I am also just talking as like the kind of person I also aspire to be. Like I also aspire to be a kind of person where I look up to people that say to me, if people tell me, hey man, let's go to KTV. And they're like, no, I don't want to go. I want to go home. I like those kind of people. I like people who are grounded that say, I don't want to do this because I don't think that fits in my morality. That doesn't fit in with my value system. I might make fun of it. I might look at them and make a joke about it. But at the end of the day, that's what I look at and I'm like, that's actually what I aspire to be.
Yeah.
It's difficult for me. But those kind of people, it's like...
Yeah.
So I have one last question.
Mm.
So my question is, how many... So, like, do you say you should just have one friend, or do you say, like, no, you should have at least 5 friends? What do you think about the number of
I
friends?
don't think you're gonna put a number on
I
friends.
also don't think you can put a number.
Yeah, I don't think you can put a number on friends. If you my friend, if you are gonna rock together, then we are gonna click for some reason. If there are 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the number, we're gonna click. You know what I mean?
But it's about attention for your friends, though.
What do you mean attention? You need attention from your friends?
I mean, there is a saying from Aristotle, if you have 1,000 friends, you have no friends.
If you have 1,000 friends, you have no friends.
Or it's more like everybody's friend is no one's friend.
Ooh.
No. Let's
That
first-
makes sense. That makes
No,
sense.
well, let's first go back to the first one. If you have 1,000 friends, you have no friends. How are they friends in the first place? You know what I mean? You can't say if you have 1,000
That's
friends.
that's why I
and
mentioned
they're not
attention, because for you to give, if I give you attention, I say, yo man, let's go out and chill. How many people can chill with us? And how many of those people are in our circle? So it's like if you have 1,000 people, like how often can you entertain all those 1,000 people? It's all about your time and attention that you're spending. Because at the end of the day, when you're having a friend,
Well,
you
are
are
your
spending
friends-
something. You are spending something.
Yeah, are your friends? Friends. Oh, this one is nice. Are your friends friends?
Are your friends friends?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are your friends friends?
Yeah, I would say in different degrees, right? So
Then
they're-
you don't have to entertain them. They entertain each other.
So it's a close community of friends.
Thank you.
But is it like a biker gang?
What do you mean?
Because that's what a gang is.
The bike.
No, I mean not a biker gang, but that's what a gang is. So you don't have to entertain people because you're already a gang. You're already a unit that's enclosed.
They're more connected by
They
a
are
code
more-
of honor.
A code of honor or code of trust.
Yeah, I also feel that friendship is very closely related to a question of honor somehow. But what do you think about it? Let us know in the comments.
It's the two Africans and a German. His name is Rich. His name is Norman. Cheers, gents.
Cheers.
Cheers.